You mean the location?
Hmm?
Yes, I merely helped Xander find it.
Why do you do that?
Do what?
Downplay your contributions.
Because I did not make any contribution.
You help find a new suitable location. There's nothing merely about it. I'm gonna get that confidence you have hidden in there out at some point.
I have confidence when it matters.
I know. And then you beat yourself up all the rest of the time. I know I'm a boastful prude. You know it as well. But I also understand the other side of it.
If you go around boasting, you set up certain expectations. I'd rather others don't have expectations.
Oh, you think I go telling everyone the truth all the time, do you?
That's not precisely what I said. I think a great deal of the people here have their own reasons behind the things that they say and their own motivations. I don't really take anyone or anything anyone says at face value.
Very good.
Doesn't mean I know what they're really getting at, but I don't let it leave me that there's something more, most likely.
Everybody wants something.
Indeed.
So what do you want?
What do you mean?
Simple as that? What do you want? I want to summon up Adishesha and slay him. And then figure out what I'm going to do with the rest of my days. What do you want?
I don't have any grand aspirations. I want
No?
Emberfall to remain my home. I want it to be something I can build and continue to build, as I have been.
No, that's sort of what you're doing.
Before I came here, I'd never had a permanent residence. Earth that was mine. My family were nomads. And my husband and I were nomads. And that was one reason why we had... Yes, it's one of the reasons why we had all our riches on those ships. We were going to trade, in part, for land of our own, somewhere to build and settle.
And what happened?
The ship that my family was on went down. Ugh. My husband and my child were lost to the sea. They washed up on shore days later. And those with...
Stole it from their lips, I take it.
And those with which my husband had made deals claimed the riches of the other 4 vessels. for themselves and pretended no knowledge of our arrangements. I tried to get something. I tried to get what was mine back, but I had no hope for that. They were too powerful. So after months, I disguised myself as a servant, and I came and I went. I found a place I could stockpile small amounts of, well, very combustible material. Until I had enough to cause quite a mess. That noble and at least half of his house are no more. Revenge doesn't do much.
Not often. But let's be fair. This little quarrel I and Fire have with Adashesha, well, all this is too. Revenge.
And that's the name of this entity that we're dealing with.
One you should not repeat beyond these walls.
I see.
This, my domain, is safe. I cannot speak to others.
It has taken something from Phi, though, so it's... and it still holds on to it. Is that not correct?
Yes, it's taken his freedom.
Freedom.
Have you never wondered about the markings on his back?
No, I don't believe I've seen them.
It's a curse. A mnemoniker. A brand, if you will.
I see.
Ever felt something watching you from afar?
How do you mean?
That little feeling you get, the hairs on the back of your neck, they raise just ever so slightly, and you get the creeping, crawling feeling that you're not alone, even when you want to be.
What of it?
Well, Fi feels that about every moment of his life.
I see.
Sometimes, revenge can be freeing.
I thought the point was to reclaim what was taken.
No, what was taken is gone. Even I'm not that good.
I see.
Some things, when they're lost, well, you know it better than I.
Indeed. Indeed.
But that's what you want then, isn't it? A place to belong and be safe.
Something like that. I suppose I don't always know. I knew what my husband and I dreamed of. And once he was gone, he took it with him. So anything I do here is merely a shadow of that. It won't ever be the same, so I should never try and make it the same. Because it can't be.
No, it can't. You're right. And I guess you and I have to figure out, well, what it is we do want. Is to us both.
I suppose. Ouch, man.
Well, time to shake off the seriousness a bit, hmm?
Oh?
Let's be fair. I mask a lot, and I don't always like everybody seeing that side of me.
That's fine.
Hopefully I've been a wonderful distraction this evening, though.
You have. There's... The last day or so has just... been shocking, I suppose. I don't know how to feel about things.
A lot of revelations in little time.
I suppose.
Just
What comes to the forefront?
I just didn't expect whatever it was Zabul did. I'm utterly repulsed and horrified.
I might not be the best to talk to about that one. I admire what he did.
I don't think I'll ever understand that. I don't think I want to.
Then simply have faith or give trust. Either is what he needs right now.
I don't know how much I can trust the actions like that. I suppose that's part of my quandary.
Devotion to a god and trust in another person. Why is that so vexing?
Not vexing. It's unsettling. A very deep level.
I mean, since we're here, why?
Because it is.
Yours of all proved me wrong.
Sorry?
Well, everyone I've looked at in these lands who claims to follow a greater purpose or worship a god, they seem to ask more than they give. See, an act of true devotion, that requires sacrifice. With no expectation of reward. Yours of all. proved his biasness, and, well,
I don't
seems he
know.
was rewarded for it. So the word is piety, but my vocabulary failed me. As I said, I might not be the best.
Either way, I've been trying to distract myself away from the subject.
Does that help more than confronting it?
There's no confrontation. There's something has been done which cannot be undone.
Then acceptance. I suppose I'm curious why it's changed something for you.
I don't think you understand my contention, but I don't think I can describe it either.
Can you try?
No.
Why not?
Because I don't want to. I don't think I need to.
Fair. And I certainly can't force you.
There's just certain things that repulse me deeply, and I suppose I've discovered another one.
I suppose I don't share the same. Because to go to such lengths for another person, sacrifice in their name.
I don't see it that way. I see...
What, you think Fi manipulated him into doing that?
No, I don't... I'm not making any broad assumptions about anything. I didn't know Fi was involved in that at all.
How much do you know about what we're trying to accomplish?
I have said already I know very little about all of this.
We're trying to summon up a creature from the deep and kill it. That's the simple version.
Yes, I know that much. That's as...
You found a suitable location. Xander and Zvul wish to consecrate it in Erlich's name. A bit of a... let's call it... insurance policy. Hallowed ground makes... well, a rather nasty thing for something that it might repulse.
Like I said, I don't know much about these things, and this is probably one of the reasons why I value actions that have purpose, not wanton mutilation for some... This isn't really a subject I wish to continue speaking on.
Have it your way.
Yeah. Sorry.
What are you apologizing to me for?
I just don't think that we will see eye to eye, and many people get offended by that.
Difference of opinion is a beautiful thing. That's how we can learn from one another.
Very few see things that way.
On this, we will not. There used to be councils of individuals where if everyone agreed,
I was not okay with it.
One person dissented, you had to listen to the one who dissented.
Well, I don't have opinions on these things because it's not anything I know of, which I keep telling people. I'm just here. I'm probably more in the way than anything.
Oh, we're starting that up again, are we?
I've already said I detest this business.
You said you detest this business? Sorry.
Just all this stuff that's going on, please. I've already said I don't understand it that well. I can't even articulate what's going on.
You know as much as any other. There's no reason to flounder about in it. Sometimes things are as simple as they sound.
Perhaps.
We really went from distracting to getting right back at it, didn't we?
Indeed. I'm sorry, I'm not the best conversationalist, and again, these subjects are not... They are what I try and avoid most of the time.
I wonder why that is, but I don't think I'll find that answer tonight.
Is it not enough for someone to simply have a distaste for something? I've already spoken briefly on some of my family history.
And I thank you for that. Quite a bit of trust to share something like that.
I more have met other parts, but they came up when we first heard that I was being targeted by Pythagoras. Though he's been silent, thankfully.
Thankfully. Let it be that he remains so.
I was shunned by much of my family because of this growing up. It hadn't been seen for a few generations, but it was like that of my great-great-grandmother, who was a sorceress and a follower of Set. my side of the family was nomadic to get away from that.
And how do you feel about them?
Them? I mean the people in my family, or?
Indeed.
I cared for my family. The normal way one feels about their family, I suppose. I didn't really know anything different.
And they, you?
Sorry? I'm confused by what you're asking, I'm sorry.
And they cared for you? Yes?
Yes, they just wanted to keep certain features quiet. It was a subject of shame.
And now they come haunting you by way of those who value what those eyes might mean.
Yes, well, hopefully that danger has faded. Here's hoping that the attack on Pythagoras' home destroyed whatever research or ability he had to carry out what he planned.
Do you want to change them?
Change what?
Your eyes?
That... You're saying that as if it's something that can be done.
I regrew my left arm, so yes, it can be done.
You did what?
Have you never noticed? I don't emote much.
No.
It's fine, not many pick up on it. I can't feel very much. Energy has to come from somewhere. Yes. I once had an arm lopped right off.
I see.
Pictish wilderness was an awful thing.
How terrible. I didn't realize something like that was possible.
Well, we didn't either, but my Clade and I figured it out. You can change all sorts of things about a body with the right know-how. That thing to your left was a fish.
It was a fish.
Simple fish.
I see. Huh. I don't think it's necessary to change it. It's still a part of who I am. A connection to my past. I don't know if I want to let that go. But at the same time, it doesn't matter. If it's something that certain people have already taken notice of, then they will have taken notice of it. I don't think changing it would change their perception.
Who gives a shit about their perception? It's all about yours.
I more mean if it is putting me in danger, then Their perception is all that matters.
Suppose you're right on that front.
That is what I mean. Music, chill.
We could still change them if you want. If you'd like not to have that incident point forward.
Like I said, I don't know how I feel about completely letting go what ties me to my past. And to my family.
Good.
It would feel like some sort of great loss, even if it isn't, or...
It matters to you.
Well, I don't know if it does or how much it does. It's not something you grow up thinking that you could change a feature of yourself in such a way, I suppose. I've been me for as long as I've been me. Changing that would seem wrong.